All right. Apparently, I am live. This has been a long time since I've done a live stream or anything like that. Um, s- and it feels like it's time. We just shipped these two awesome new features, uh, a totally new version of Townie, version 5, and we also shipped Val Scoped SQLite. And this live stream is going to combine both of these feature launches into one live stream. We're going to deal with both of them at the same time. But before I get into it, let me just make sure that this video is properly streaming and that folks can join and they can learn about it. So sorry for the delay. Just give me a couple minutes to retweet it and stuff. All right. And let me share the YouTube link in the Discord. It's a bummer that I can't automatically do all these things. Maybe there's a way, actually. Maybe there's a way I could set up automations. Maybe I could set up to help me with that. But anyways, for now, I'm doing it the manual way. Okay, cool. Well, that is shared. If you're watching, please comment. So I know that you're here. Ask good questions. Make fun of me. Any sort of engagement is super fun for me. And you can comment on Twitter and I'll see those, or you can comment on YouTube. I see those. I don't think I'll be checking Discord during the stream. All right. So my challenge for myself is to build something related to this new SQLite, Scope SQLite thing we have. But I'm going to build it using Townie, our new agent, and we'll see how good it is. Hopefully I'll get good feedback on Townie to bring back to our product team. Either I'll be impressed, you guys will be impressed, or we'll learn. And then we'll also learn about the SQLite thing, and hopefully we'll build a tool that's useful for the community at large. So let me tell you guys about Scope SQLite and Townie. So Townie is pretty straightforward. It's an agent here. Let me actually switch. So I'm small and my computer is big. So Townie is a pretty straightforward agent that you can talk to make Valtown stuff. None of that should be surprising or new necessarily. It's just better. We just rebuilt it and it's better, as you'll see. So that's pretty straightforward. The SQLite thing that we did is a little bit more interesting, or maybe it requires a little bit more explanation. So we have, we launched a year ago or 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. Oh my God, time flies. Every Valtown user used to get and still gets a SQLite database global to their Valtown account. This is a third-party tool that lets you view your global Valtown database and look at all these tables that I have in my database. And this is the global database of all of my tables. And one table that's particularly interesting is a table that makes up the DateMe directory. So if you aren't familiar with the DateMe directory, this is a website I made that I'm very proud of. That is a directory of DateMe docs, and DateMe docs are awesome. And I hope whoever's at the top here doesn't mind me clicking on their DateMe doc and scroll briefly through their profile. DateMe docs are really cool, and I recommend anyone looking for love to make a DateMe doc, even if they don't publish it or submit it to the directory. It's a really lovely way to get clear, even just for yourself, about who you are and what you're looking for in a romantic relationship. But anyways, that's enough about the directory. The reason I brought it up, the directory, is because it uses Valtown SQLite, and this uses my global SQLite database. It uses this DateMe docs table, which is great. And here, let me go to DateMe directory. I think maybe I think this is the Val. Oh, wow, that was weird. Code on Valtown. Okay, That's one way to do it. All right, so this is the val that hosts that website. Here's all the code, which we'll get to in a second. But the thing that I want to solve in this 30 minutes, which is ambitious, is that right now this val stores this data in this global SQLite table called DateMeDocs. I want to migrate that data from there to this scoped SQLite for just this val. So it'll just be one table. Maybe I'll call it profiles, uh, or something like that, or users. Probably call it profiles. And then I can view it here in this val, and it'll be scoped to this val, and that comes with all these other amazing benefits. Besides getting an admin panel right here, if anyone wants to remix this val, they get the schema for free because we know about the schema, so we can do that for you. Or if I remix this val, then I can even copy the data over. Okay, so it's really nice to have scoped SQLite. But the problem, which we're trying to solve with this val, is that the data right now is in the global table, and I need to move it to the local table. And so there are a couple of steps. So let me go ahead and write down the steps here. Let's see, migrate MD. So we're on the same page. All right. So one step is recreate the schema. I guess before that, for a more general thing, what we need to do is list all the SQLite tables used by a val. 2, get their schemas. 3, recreate the schemas in scoped SQLite. 4, copy over the data. This might require pagination if there's like a ton of data. In some cases, it might not require pagination. All right, so, okay. And then once we've copied over all the data, then update the code to use the new scoped SQLite. So ideally, this would happen like in an atomic way, but for this project in particular, the submissions are rare enough that it's fine if it doesn't happen, if the cutover isn't instantaneous, because we can just copy and paste any submissions that happen in the intervening time. Hopefully none happen. All right. So in this, my instinct before I started this call would be to kind of make a utility and then use the utility on this val. But now that I'm here, I think doing it less abstractly, like doing it by hand for this val and then abstracting, would probably be a better way to go. Start concrete, then abstract is a good strategy. Here, let me zoom in so everyone can see that. Not that anyone's watching. If you're watching, comment so I know you're watching. Okay, so in this val, I already know the name of the table. I can get the schema. I guess so. Back to my idea of like, do it by hand versus do it in an automated way. It'd be neat if the doing it by hand led to an automated solution somehow. So like, let's think a little bit. What would automating this look like? I don't know. I don't really know yet if this is a thing you copy and paste or it's a library you use. But anyways, we'll figure that out as we go. Really not using a lot of Townie yet. I'm using the good old human brain. All right, let's move forward and maybe we'll figure it out as we go. So get the schema. Okay. Okay, date me docs. I'm looking at the table right now. How do I get the schema? Ooh, look at this. There's an export button. That's interesting. Ooh. Export a file, CSV. Fascinating. SQL. Fascinating. I wonder what that would look like. Export the file. You guys can't see. Oh, wow. It's an insert. It's just a bunch of insert statements. That's wild. Insert into. Okay, cool. But it doesn't recreate the table. Interesting. But anyways, I want to make it a little bit more reusable than telling people to like click a button. I need to do it in user space, as we say, make this like a reusable library or framework. Okay. There is Pragma, I think. Yeah, there's a function in SQLite that can help me with this. Pragma table info. Cool. Pragma. Whoa. Okay, Pragma table info, date me docs. Cool. And there it is. Those are the rows, the names, and the order of the columns is important too. If anyone, because of SQLite. Anyways, the columns, the order of the columns, and their types. Oh, and if they're not null and other stuff, I wonder how to turn this into. I don't know yet, but hopefully there's a way to programmatically take the output of this and turn it into a create table statement. That's going to be important. Okay. Let's see. And maybe that already exists somewhere. Let me see. How do we do this? Because we did this. Set query. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm sure, but we can figure it out with AI. Let's change this to a TypeScript file. And then turn this into a set of comments so we can start making this actionable. Okay, so const function get tables in val. So I don't, to do, I'll have to generalize it, but for now I will just return this string. Okay, so that's point one. Now point two, get the schemas. Doing a terrible job of using AI and vibe coding, but hopefully global table names used by who am I with these function names? Okay. Yeah, hopefully we're going to get to AI in just a second. Get their schemas. Function. Save. Edit. Let's see. Editor settings. Let me turn on AI suggestions inline. Get global table schema. And then I will. Okay. So now we need to get a global SQLite import. Okay. So this is global SQLite as global. Okay. So const schema equals globe. Okay. Table name global dot execute. Ah, nice. Look at AI. This is, we're not even using Townie yet. This is just our older autocomplete thing. I guess I'll just call this result, and then const schema equals. Okay. I'm writing code the old-fashioned way, guys. What do you think? What do you think? It's interesting. This is kind of meta stuff. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do here. How to turn this into a query. But maybe AI will be able to help. I think, yeah, this could be a good time to talk to my agent here. Okay. You know, before I do that, let me give it a little bit more context. So I don't know how to. Oh yes, great. Scoped. Nope. That's how default default imports work. Okay, cool. Great. So take a look at migrate TS. I'm going to give it this read about our new scoped SQLite. Help me. Ooh, let's go to plan mode. Let's go to Opus. Help me finish this file. All right, let's see what it does with just that. Yeah, we have been having problems giving it URLs. It doesn't love fetching URLs. I'm glad this is recorded. The search, interesting. All right. I'm glad we're doing this in a recorded way because these are some bugs we should know about. Try again. Yeah, I wanted to complete. Also not good. We have not a great first demo of Townie. Whoa. Okay. Continue. Why does it keep stopping? Yeah, and something is going wrong with the zooming. I'll refresh the page and see how this. Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was working, but not when I refresh the page. Continue again. I won't zoom in again. Hopefully you guys can kind of see. Okay. Because it's in plan mode, it's just telling me what it should do here. Okay, let's say, let's put it in allow all edits mode. Actually write it, but don't run it. Okay. I wonder why it's thinking so hard. Nice. Okay. It wasn't really thinking, it was writing this file. All right. So let's take a look. Um, it, okay, cool. So it left this the same. It gets the schema, create table statement. Huh. Whoa, that's interesting. Whoa, what's it doing? Oh, gets the original create table statement. That's interesting. I don't know if you guys know this, but I recently learned that SQLite stores the creates table as a string. Well, now I want to talk to it in plan mode. Is this the original create table statement, or does it take into account alter tables that happened later? Mm, the current is to okay. The best. Okay. Oh wow. No. Yeah, our plan mode doesn't understand like, hey, that it shouldn't try to write the file here in the chat. It should be like, hey, do you want like give me permission to write it, because we have a button for that. Anyways, update the file directly. Okay. Okay, cool. Here it's doing the pagination thing. Oh, that's so funny that it's doing it again. Yeah, man, vibe coding sucks. AI writes bad code. Did you guys know that AI writes bad code? Um, okay, so you're not using the helper functions. Do not code. Give me a high level design. Okay. Let's try and get it to write some better code. Whoa, whoa. Okay, cool. So for each table, create table. Okay. Table in scoped. Generate, create table statement, get global table schema, then copy data. Okay. Click. Oh, why do we need the schema here again? I'm not sure about that, but anyways, verify migration. Interesting. Sure. Okay. I think that's okay. Yes, and also take into account primary keys and foreign keys, etc. All right, we'll see how it goes. Whoa, while true. Scares the shit out of me. Yeah, I think we need that, like thinking isn't quite right. Like we need to separate thinking from like writing code, because right now it's writing code, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, looks like a real code. Okay, cool. Configuration, schema helpers, single source of truth. Whoa. Okay, cool. Whoa. Okay, get indexes, get foreign keys. Wild. Okay, SQL generation, create table statement. This is crazy. I'm curious to ask it, can you search on the web? Maybe there are libraries to help. Curious to see if that's a thing. Create table in scoped, copy data, verify migration. Whoa. Okay, cool. I like it. This is great news. Ah, look at that. So, turns out that that we don't have to generate the SQL by hand. Like, thank God we don't have to generate the SQL by hand. We can use, uh, okay. God damn it. Yeah. Switching back and forth between plan mode and allow edits mode is a little annoying. I could switch to normal mode, which um, is which would like give me a button to like approve edits. Maybe I'll try that next instead of plan mode. But I would love if plan mode suggested edits in the same way that normal mode does. Because basically this is rough. Anyways, this is a funny live stream for you guys to get my like product feedback ideas. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So we don't actually need the schema the way I thought I did. We just want to get the create table statement. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Get all yeah, sure. Get the indexes. Weird. Wow, get all triggers. Huh. Okay. I wonder if this will work. Cool. Interesting. All right. Uncomment to run. I guess, well, what's the worst that could happen? Is there any chance this will delete data? Chance this will delete data. I was, I could look with my human eyes. Let's see. No, it doesn't use, it can never delete data, it never trusts global. Okay, cool. It's safe to run. Great. Shall we run it? Let's run it. Dun, 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 dun. I uncommented and did command enter to run. Let's look at the logs, creating it, copying data, copied the rows, migration verified. All right. And let's check it out. Go to here. Boom. Look at all this data. That looks sick. All right. Now, instead of updating the imports directly, so right now it's still pointing at the old database, I'm going to create a new branch called scoped SQLite. Oh, interesting. Did I already create this branch? No, I created that branch on a different val. Scoped SQLite. Cool. Nice. Okay, migration succeeded. Now in the branch I'm in, which it should be able to figure out. Whoa, look at this, 44% context remaining. That's funny. Now, you know what I should try? I haven't tried this yet. Let's try compacting. Whoa, we got compacting, friends. Compacting. Compacted 18 messages, 92% token reduction. Whoa, okay. I wonder what that even does. I know what it does, but I'm wondering, did it like delete history? So in a new tab, I'm opening it up to see like if this is smaller. Conversation summary. Huh, yeah, it is smaller here. Let me see back in this other tab. Is it compacted here too? No, here is the uncompacted conversation, which is confusing. Let me refresh the page then. So we're like looking at the compacted conversation. Okay. Yep, great. So it migrated. Cool. So now say in this branch, update the imports, or the migration succeeded. This branch, actually, please confirm by looking at the logs. Boom. Let's do it. Dun, 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 dun. Cool. So I wanted to do this in 30 minutes. We're at 30 minutes now. I did it for one val. I didn't do it like as a helper. I wonder what we will do. Okay, cool. The migration succeeded. It was able to read the logs. That's sick. I'm going to say deny instead of this. Here, stop. Yeah, its prompt is wrong. I want it just without that version thing. So I'll just try again without the version bin. We have to fix it. We have to fix the system prompt. Huh. I wonder why it looked okay. Yeah. So I can approve this one. I'm realizing now that this like it like change all the imports. Ooh, let me make sure it's happening in the branch. Yes, it's happening in the branch. That's good. So as you can see, this branch is now, all right, I'll just say allow all. This branch is 3 versions ahead of main, which is sick. That means the imports are happening. But if we want to make this a useful script for other people's vals, we could think about using the Valtown API to find and replace these imports with these. Basically, we need to replace this string with this string to point it from old to new. And we could programmatically do that using the Valtown API. Maybe. No, it would be difficult. We could remix the val, do it in the remix. We don't have pull request capabilities in our API, so we can't like send a pull request. That would be cool if we could. I wonder why this is not completing. Try that last one again. AI is a very bad find and replacer. I would have been so much better off if I had just done find and replace using search. I guess note to self, we could what's the word? Give it a find and replace tool. That would be cool. Like find and replace across the product, across a val. In the same way a human has that ability. Okay, it's annoying that, oh yes. To be clever about my searching, that would do it. Okay, so I only want that one. Yeah, okay, cool, great. So they've all been replaced. Now let's verify it works. Dun, 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 dun. Looks like it didn't throw an error so far. Let's hit browse. Ah, there's an issue. There is an issue. The issue in this particular case is I think I was using SQLite in a weird way. And I think I can just simplify stuff. Whoa, okay, cool. I think I can just say, oh no, yeah, I do this weird, oh, huh. I could definitely do that, that's fine. I think, let's see, what is the issue? Maybe AI can help me. Row.map's not a function. Oh yeah. Oh, maybe this will help me. Let me think more broadly, like why. So to take a step back, the reason this is complicated is that there are like a couple of changes happening here. Not only did we switch to Scope SQLite, but this library is a little bit different and more correct than the last one. So if you were using SQLite, our old library in like kind of a non-standard way, like I'm here, then you're going to run into problems. Let me try getting rid of this and just calling this profiles and seeing if that totally fails or not. Let me pop this open there, go to /browse, invalid time value, sure, that's reasonable. Okay, so I think this could be that one. So I could just do like a try catch here. Let's try that. Okay, cool. Nice. It worked. I didn't properly parse JSON, as you can see. So, but I think it is mostly working. Let's try JSON. Yeah, because for some reason, when I built this, I decided that that's the way, like I wanted to send JSON into into a lot of these columns. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I could do that. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Great. Yeah, let's try this. Great. That's pretty silly, but it works and I can move on with my life. Let me try submitting test. If you guys get these jokes, this is, I'll put that there, yeah. This is from Notting Hill. Nobody gets it, but I think it's cool. Submit, cool. And let's see, is it at the top? Yes, Will Thacker is at the top. He's a female. Now let's use Scope SQLite to manage this. Come on. Dun, 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 dun. Can I sort by last updated at? Whoa. Let me close Townie. Whoa, I can sort. That's neat. Yes, there he is, right there, Will Thacker, right at the top. All right, click this. Delete one row. Dun, dun, dun. That's sick. Look at this, guys. We've got Scope SQLite. Cool. This is cool. Yep, and he's gone. All right, we've migrated. Oh, sorry, Scope SQLite. I have to be in the Scope SQLite branch. Yes, so it's gone in both. Great, as we want. All right, now let's merge in these changes. Okay, that one's a simple one. Whoa. Okay, yeah, this one was a little more complicated of a change. This one was a simple change. This one's a simple change. Merge. All right, we're migrated. The date me directory now on Scope SQLite. Pretty freaking sick. Thank you for joining me. If you did indeed join me on this journey. So now the question is, how do we make this more of a self-serve tool? And the answer is, I don't know, and I don't necessarily care right now. I think doing this manually was a really good start. And the next time I have to do this myself, I'll probably like copy and paste the script over and try to make it incrementally more automated. But if anyone in the community is watching this and thinks this is fun and also needs to migrate their data from global to Scope SQLite, please grab the code from the date.me directory and shoot me a note that you did it, put it in the Discord. That would be a big help for us all. All right. Signing off.